Praise the Lord, everyone. Thank you for tuning in with Dr. Lesia the Preacha, okay? um, Today's message, I want to talk about the word love. We all use that word in so many ways. This person loved me, they don't love me, I love them, they don't, appreciate my love, and we have all these, you know. So I'm going to start off by talking about what I think love is, okay? In the meantime, I'm going to be prepping as I talk, okay? All right, so to me, and then we're going to open up the scripture, and then we're going to, follow it up with some tarot, okay? So to me, love is God. Any love that there is comes from God. Period. God measures his love out into each one of our vessels. We are vessels. He measures so he downloads, programs us. We're like computers, vessels, computers. Think of it that way. I'm a computer, Dr. Lesia. Okay? That's the name of this computer. This vessel, this temple, this soul. And God put in me a certain amount of love, a certain amount of faith, a certain amount of purpose, specific, task and work, a mission. He put all that in me. He put all that in you too. Each one of us are equipped. I believe from the moment we're conceived, we have everything we need to get through this life. Over time, we develop, grow, express, all of that. And the best way to develop and grow is with our interaction with other people. And for God to show us just how important his loving us is. When we first get here, we can't even do nothing for ourselves unless somebody else help us. When you're an infant, like 1 second old, just fresh out the womb, all you can do is cry. Cry. That's it. Then after, some time goes by, you cry, you poop, you need to eat, you know what I'm saying? But all this stuff comes by the aid of other people. Initially, it's your parents. We come here with 2 people off the bat that to help us. The image of God. Right off the bat, the image of God is catching us. Male and female. Them, the image of God. And for the rest of our lives, that's exactly what we need to continue to grow and develop and be purposeful. The image of God. So we're walking around this earth exchanging love, exchanging faith, exchanging, tools that we need for each of us to obey God. And as God loves us, he wants us to love him back. And he told us how to do it with all of our heart, all of our soul, all of our mind, all of our strength. So when I am in a relationship with somebody, I have to give them all. And they have to give me all. Your parents, when you're born, they give you everything you need. They have to give you their all. If they don't, what will happen? You may die. God dictates to us based on what he measures. I may have this much love in me. I may have this much faith. And you know what I'm saying? And I can only use what I have. All of it. Even if it's this much, I still got to give it all up to what's around me in exchange for other stuff too. You know, like your father will use his love, his faith, his purpose and whatnot in his unique way. And your mother, she will use hers and hers. The love your father got and the love your mother got may be in different measures and will be expressed in different ways. With that being said, let's okay, I'm trying to figure out where to go from here. The Bible. Okay. All right, so, and sometimes the love that God puts in us, and sometimes the faith he puts in us, and sometimes the instructions he gives us may not seem of this world. They may not seem of this world. Here's an example. I decided to, where does the word love first appear? God didn't tell Adam he loved him. He didn't tell Eve he loved her. The word love didn't really appear in the Bible from what I Googled. This is King James, so it could have, you know, just based on, I put the word love in my gateway. This is gateway. So, and it says Genesis 22 and 2. Genesis 22. And he said, take now thy son. This is God talking to Abram. I don't think he had became, Abraham. Okay, yeah, he became Abraham at this point. Okay, cool. And he said, take now thy son, thy only son. Sound familiar, don't it? Whom thou lovest. And get thee in the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell of thee. And Abram rose up early in the morning and saddled his ass and took 2 of his young men with him and Isaac his son. What would you do if God asked you to do something like this? Perhaps sometimes he does ask us to do these kind of things. But we live in a world where individual purposes and stuff are looked down on. We're expected to act like sheep. The world we live in, there's not a lot of room for individuality. Especially nowadays where every time you open your mouth, there's some type of harsh consequence waiting to happen. So, are you willing to obey God under all circumstances? No matter what he asks you to do? No matter what. no matter how evil it may appear. Don't it seem evil to sacrifice your own son that you love as a burnt offering? Don't that seem horrible? Do it seem like an act of loving obedience to the Creator? Again, we're just doing some research on what love is. Let's just do some research. All right, so that was brief. You know, I gave you my little synopsis of it, and I went to the Word. Let's see what the next scripture example they give. That was that one. So let's see what the next one is. I like how it acts on my other phone. Okay. Okay, well, there's like 442 verses that I could look through. We'll just keep it right there because, again, I think that was a good example of how I don't think we understand what love is. It's not the Hollywood version. It's not the Hallmark version, that's for sure. It's not, I just don't think it's what we think. It's all about obeying God, and that's it. That's really it. And He wants us to love Him back and then love one another as well as we do ourselves. As we do ourselves. Whatever love is, whatever it is, it's God. He measures it out to us. And we're to use it as He instructs. And I don't think we use love that way. So I'm going to start off with angel message. Yeah, let's do that. Let's start off with angel messages. Because we got to know what love is. Love is not what we're taught. It's programmed in us. It's programmed in us. But we're taught it in a way that's more harmful than useful. Think about how you view love. Love is only when someone is good to you all the time. And the moment they do something it doesn't seem to be of this world, then you think it's hate. You're ready to check out. What if Abraham told God, no, heck you know, I ain't doing that to my son. You ain't love, that ain't love. I'm just saying, he could have did that. I mean, come on now, think about it. Somebody telling you to sacrifice your own child. Jesus Christ. How much do you love God? Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Gabriel. Current energy. Gabriel guides your creativity. So whatever love is, it's expressed in creative ways. Whatever love is, it's expressed in creative ways. Ooh, future energy. Why? Because we're chosen. We are chosen. We are given the download to love based on how it's measured to us. Make a difference in people's lives. Make a difference in people's life. Difference means you may have to add a little, take a little, there's some type of balancing. Make a difference in people's lives based on obeying God, though. You can't love me without instructions from God. I had a conversation with an ex before. We had a conversation about, I don't think you love me. And people always disagree. Oh, of course I love you. You just don't appreciate it. Well, what instructions from God do you have when it comes to loving me? What did God tell you? What did he tell you to do to love me? People can't answer that question. They base love on a feeling. And yeah, love is a feeling, but it's more so instructions from God. It's a blueprint for his purposes. It's a blueprint. Love is a blueprint. It's instructions from God. It's not roses and dates and, the words itself. How do you know you love me? How do you know? How do you know you're doing it right? Where are you getting the instructions from? What guide are you using? And another thing is, too, I'm careful when I say to a person, I love you. I'm very careful because when I say I love a person, it's based on what God is giving me to give to you based on what you need in exchange. And sometimes you need to ask a person, how can I love you? What do I need to do, say, where I need to go? What is needed to love you? Before you tell me you love me, maybe you need to ask me, do I already know the blueprint? Do I already know, do I already know the instructions from God? So if a person say, you don't love me, then the next question should be, oh, okay, well, what's needed to love you? What is needed? Well, you should know if you know me. Not necessarily, because I thought that I was. You're saying I'm not. So give me the blueprint. Let me know what it takes. Because I sure as heck can tell somebody what it takes to love me. Oh, I know exactly. I know. You know what I mean? I just do. I'm that close to God. Where I know what it takes. You know what I mean? Over time, though. Over time. It doesn't have to be all at once. We have a lifetime to grow and develop, to obey God. We have a lifetime of obedience on this earth. It's enough to spread like peanut butter and jelly. But ask me how to love me. I'll ask you how to love you. Tell me. Well, I need this, I need that, and please don't tell me crazy stuff. Like, in order to love me, you need to iron my underwear. Iron your underwear. That's all it takes for you to feel like you loved? Past energy. Step into the unknown. Like I said, we don't automatically know. We have to find out what love is. We have to find out what God, he already had it programmed in us. But we have to, when you turn on your computer I mean, a computer can be sitting right in front of you, already programmed and ready to go. But unless you can type some stuff or touch the screen and move some things around and manipulate some stuff, and you know what I mean, unless you have the instructions on how to use this computer, it's just sitting there fully loaded. Everybody don't know how to use a fully loaded computer. People got to be taught and trained on how to use the computer with all that ability in it. I'm fully loaded with love and faith and, you know, compassion, fruits of the Spirit, all this stuff is in here. But those who interact with me need some instructions. They need to know how to get this out of me. I got to do the same thing with other people in my life, no matter who you are. Family, friends, spouses, whatever. I got to find out the instructions to get you to release. Release what? Release all of your heart, all of your soul, all of your mind and strength to who? To God. Everything we do what? Unto Him. He allows us to, quote unquote, use each other, interact with each other, to release all this stuff out so it can return to Him. He'll get the glory. It's His instructions, His love, His faith, His everything that He put in us. It's His strength, His mind, His soul, His heart anyway. He's our creator and maker. We owe ourselves to Him. We owe ourselves to Him. All of us. All of whatever's in us. Curiosity keeps us heading down new paths. So take a chance. Take a chance on me. I'll take a chance on you. I'm going to learn the language to work you. And you learn the language to work me. So we can release all this that God has in us to make the world a better place. So to review that real quick, in order to know what love is, what is love? You got to step into the unknown. You got to step into the unknown. You're going to need to be creative. You know, you're going to have to study people. Like an infant, when God bring you a brand new baby, you're looking at this baby and you're like, wow, what's in there? Who are you? What do you think about? Why did God send you? What's your purpose? You know, you're really looking into your baby. It's more to a baby than feeding them and changing diapers. You got to really, how much love is in there? How much faith do you have? What do I need to do to bring it out of you, child of mine? You know what I mean? You got to be creative. I put my kids in dance and sports, and we went to church. We, you know what I mean? We went on vacations. We, you know, went to plays. We were in plays. I mean, you know, we did so much creative stuff so our kids could express themselves, and so that they can know how to, not only so that we can love them, so that they can love themselves. Why? Because we're chosen to. We're chosen to do this. We are chosen to obey God and to share the love for His purposes. We're chosen to make a difference in the lives here. Hallelujah. Thank God. Yes, 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 yes. Well, I think that's it. I don't really need to do tarot on this, I don't think. I'll do Dr. Lesia the Preacha tarot. Let's just see what comes out. Because that feels like a complete message to me. It just feels that way. Let's see if anything comes out of this tarot. Let's see. I have a few minutes, I guess. I got to fix some kind of breakfast for work. Shuffle so tight. I gotta loosen up, you know, with my shuffle. Okay, here go a couple of things here. 2, 3. Okay. So we have the 8 of Pentacles, Earth energy, fall energy. It says new job or back to work, financial recovery, planning and credit repair. Keep home and life clean and pay attention to you. Regain family trust and confidence of future together. Okay, 8 of Pentacles, yeah. It's time to recover, to restore things that have been possibly lost due to what? Lack of love. Lack of exchanging love. People not willing to understand how to love each other. Don't love me based on what you think love is. Love me based on what God is instructing you to do. Isaac probably did not feel loved as his dad was marching him up a mountain ready to sacrifice his butt. But it don't matter what you think love is. You must obey God. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. Water energy, springtime, deep feelings and inner emotions. Like I was just saying, Isaac probably didn't feel very loved. But God knew exactly what he was doing, whether we understand it or not. Heavy relationship, recovery skills. Oh, healthy. Yep, it's time for healthy relationships. It's time to love again. It's time to love, to understand it, know it, get the instructions. That might be what's going on in the world right now. There are so many men on the internet that are saying, we're going overseas to get wives because these women in America, these Western women, they just ratchet as hell. They don't listen to us. They, you know, women don't have the instructions to love men, and men do not have the instructions from God to love women. Or we're ignoring the instructions. We don't have healthy relationship skills. But it's time to recover these skills. Keep wands in balance off the rip. Be ready. Marriage, consider all options, a long journey together to obtain both legacy and wealth. Fresh commitment in old love. Yeah. So it's time to recover. Like, for example, I'm sure Abraham and Isaac probably went through something. The Bible don't talk about all that, but I'm sure they had to, based on that experience of using his own son as a burnt offering, even though it didn't have to go all the way through, after the fact, I'm pretty sure they had to recover their relationship after that. Like, Dad, what was that about? The Bible may not explain it, but I'm sure they had a conversation. Dad, what was you about to do with me? Why would you do that? Please explain. Dad, it didn't feel like you loved me during those moments. You know what I'm saying? I'm just... the emotion. This is Pentacle energy. Okay, and so Knight of Pentacles came out too, which is Earth, fall energy. Master personal and family goals. Okay. Oh, King. This is King. That's not a Knight. That's a King. King Pentacles. So you've mastered personal and financial goals, much financial generational wealth, able to help others and attract many, can manage and handle attention from others, endured, ready to commit with vows. So yeah, so, oh goodness gracious. So because Abraham went through that whole process with his son, he obeyed God, and, they endured the situation. So now we are all children of Abraham, of his seed, in faith. You know what I mean? But again, to me, that story of Abraham and Isaac is similar to God and Jesus. It was almost like God was preparing us for when Jesus come, how it would look. But Jesus went all the way. He did lose his life and shed blood. I'm just saying. So for chosen, we have Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles. Which is a lot of energy here. Earth energy, rather. Earth fall. Finish personal goals first before getting into a family commitment. Finish family goals first before firm retirement plans. Early dating stage, prenup agreement. So yeah, so again, you know, before you commit to somebody, get the instructions from God on how to love them, what to do for them, what's expected. Find out from God. Talk to that person about what love is to them. The love you, whatever you think love is, may not be what that person need. You got to ask God, well, what does this person need? Because God made that person just like God made you. And that person needs to do the same thing. You need to make sure that others understand what love you need. I need to make sure you understand what I need when it comes to love. And so a lot of times you need to set the example for other people. Maybe you are the blueprint. You have the instructions. The operation manual is with you. The owner's operation manual, how you call it? The owner's manual. The owner's manual comes with you. The owner's manual. Love yourself. Find out from God for yourself. What love did he put in you and what is needed to activate that love? Self-love activation, and when others interact with you, what do they need to know? So if a person say, I don't love you, say, oh, okay, well, what's missing? What do you need? And I'll let you know if I can do that. If I can be there. The same thing, if someone, you know, if I feel like I love someone, I want to make sure I love them well. Make sure that I'm not taking away from their purpose. Make sure I'm helping them get to God, helping them on their journey. I don't want to bring up nobody down. I don't want to bring nobody down. I want us all to rise together. Rise. Not weigh each other down with lack of information on love. Let's not bring each other down because of lack of information, lack of understanding, poor relationship skills. Because we don't even know what it takes to love ourselves. We haven't talked to God about it. We don't, we don't open up the owner's manual for ourselves. 4 of Cups came in reverse. It's water energy. So we have all pentacles and cups on the table. We don't have what we don't have on the table. We don't have fire, and we don't have swords. We got water and earth. So on my table, we're talking Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo energy. And it says, not sure about this new love or opportunity. Pulling back some to think and feel. Okay, so it came in reverse. Moving in silence. So no, yeah. We're ready. some of us feel like we're ready to love. We know what to do, you know. So some of us may be in some type of new relationship, and you're in that phase where you need to find out what it takes to love that person. Let that person know what it takes to love you. If a person don't love you, it may not be their fault. It may not be their fault. It may be because you haven't told them. You don't even know. I can't love you if you don't let me. You can't love me if I don't let you. Love has to be allowed, reciprocated, exchanged. And only God can, God has the key. He's the key to love. God is the key to love. Only He can unlock it and release it in our lives. And it's up to us to communicate with Him to get a better understanding of what's expected. Just like Abraham and Isaac. Abraham got the instructions from God and went with it. He was willing to sacrifice his own son to obey God. And God Himself turned around and did the same thing. God don't ask us to do stuff that He won't do. How about that? God don't ask us to do stuff that He won't do. So don't ask me to do stuff that you won't even do. I won't ask you to do things that I won't even do. You know? So that's interesting. So now we're really peeling back the layers of love. Now we're really getting into just those comments right there alone. Don't ask me to do stuff that you won't do. And I won't ask you to do stuff that I won't do. Because what God asked Abraham to do, but didn't allow Abraham to carry it all the way out, God came back and did what? Did the doggone thing. That might be an aspect of love that we need to explore. Deep, 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 deep. All right, guys. That's it for today. I got to get my butt out of here and go to work. All right, I love you all so much. I hope that, and you may say, oh, really? You don't even know me. And, well, I'm willing. I'm here energetically. If you're watching this video, you were drawn to me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm responding to your energy, our energy. We resonate with one another. And this is a message. And I want you to know that I have love in me. I love you because I have love in me. Okay? Me making these videos and breaking down this information is an act of love. I'm showing you, love in this way because I'm obeying God by sharing this with you. So I can say I love you because I'm obeying God by doing this work for Him. Bam! Okay. My information will be in the description at some point. I'll copy and paste my information in the description box. But if you need a personal reading, I'm DrLesiaThePreacha at gmail.com. Contact me. It's fine. You can also send a love offering to my Cash App, $DrLesiaThePreacha. Please click like, subscribe, share my videos, leave a comment. I love it when people say something. Electric Gentleman, he's one of my subscribers. Electric Gentleman. I want to say electric, but it's not electric. It's eclectic. I can't say it. Eclectic. ECL. Eclectic Gentleman. He has been following me, and he makes comments sometimes, and it just makes such a big difference. I really appreciate it. I really, really appreciate you know, his comments. And I did a video recently where I had covered the screen, you know, you couldn't see, and it was like in red or pink or something. And he made a comment about that. I was like, I'm sorry, I was lazy that day. But I wanted to get the message out, but it had been days, and I kept putting it off, because I've just been kind of lazy with my appearance, you know. And so, you know, but anyway, I appreciate you guys commenting, you know. So share my videos, you know, help me grow. Help me grow in love. All right, guys, bye.